Hey everybody. At this time when the United States has a problem where the white police are murdering black people for nothing, innocent black people, they're murdering them in traffic stops. They've been doing this for years. I mean, the state I was born in, South Carolina, they murdered a guy for nothing who was unarmed. Then they tried to pretend he had a weapon. They tried to plant a taser as if he stole the taser. It's an execution. They just go around hunting. And then they have no excuse. They get away with it. So I want to just make a record of this story that I hope will help. If we can show the world that white people do not want any more harm, harassment, injury, or death to come to black people at the hands of police or anyone, then maybe we can slowly or hopefully quickly fix the problem. When I was in Orlando, Florida, I had an old, slightly unreliable car. I never had a new car in my life. I never really wanted a car at all. But in the U.S., you have to have a car. So I had this old Chevy. It was a Caprice. It was one that people usually buy and jack it way up and put ground effects, and they drive by thumping them, you know. But mine was an old, it looked like a taxi cab. And I drove it for such a long time. When I finally had to get rid of it, I didn't want to because I was used to it, and it had room for everything. It had a huge trunk, huge seats in the back. It had room. You could put 6 people in it easily, you know. But anyway, and it had a really smooth ride. But the problem with that car is it was old when I got it. So one time I was driving on Orange Blossom Trail. No, hold on, it wasn't Orange Blossom Trail. Kirkman Road, yeah, in Orlando, Florida. And it was dark, and suddenly the car just stopped. I managed to get it pulled over out of traffic, and when I turned the car off and I stepped out, this was before I had a cell phone, so it would have been probably, I guess, 1995 or 6. Yeah, I had short hair. I didn't even have enough light with me to look under the hood. I think I might have had a small light in my car. I opened the hood, I looked at it. So I was going to call AAA, but I thought I'll have to walk to a payphone. And I thought maybe somebody will stop by and help me. It was so dark. It was an area of the Kirkman Road, which is probably developed now. But at that time, one side was an empty lot and one side was trees. And it was just like, people were driving by. It's a busy road, and then a car pulled over, and a big black man, a stranger, got out. And he says, "Are you all right, buddy? You need help?" And I said, "Well, I don't know anything about cars, and I could use a lift to a phone, maybe." And he said, "Let me take a look." And he had a flashlight. So he took the flashlight, he looked under my hood, and he goes, "Yeah, it looks like something might be loose in here. Hold on a minute." And he messed around with it a little bit. He goes, "Go try to start it again." And I tried to start it, and it wouldn't start, of course. So he got out some jumper cables, and he hooked them up to his car, and he gave me a jump start, and the car started. I was like, "Thanks a lot, man. You're awesome." I was going to call AAA, but I don't, nowhere near a phone. He goes, "Yeah, exactly." He goes, "Listen, drive over to that next gas station there, and make sure that the car will start again, and I'll follow you to make sure it starts again." I said, "What are you, my guardian angel?" He goes, "Something like that." This was a huge black guy, much bigger than me, young, strong guy, right? So we drove to the next gas station. My car was okay. I turned it off, and when I turned it back on, it started again. He goes, "Okay, good. So now I'd say he'll have it checked out by a mechanic, but at least you can get home now." I said, "Yeah, I don't live far. Thanks, man. What's your name?" Now, he told me his name. I forget. I shook his hand. I said, "Listen, can I give you $10 or something?" And he goes, "No, I don't want your money. I don't want your money." Okay. That man pulled over in the middle of the night in the dark and gave me a start and got me out of a situation where I was stuck. My car was stuck. It wasn't cold. It wasn't raining. You know, I wasn't in the hurry to get anywhere. It was probably only 10 o'clock at night. But this man, a black man, came to the aid of a white man he didn't know and wouldn't take the $10 I offered him for helping me. And this right here is the kind of story I want white people in the United States to share over and over if they can, and then shame those cops that are hurting and harassing someone like that stranger, that guardian angel.